I always loved the fact that Nintendo put a little crystal or gem, or I guess it's kind of like an amber thing here for no reason. Nothing to do with the story whatsoever. Just a cool little detail adding to the world of this game. No story implications at all. It's really cool. We're about to Skyward Strike this thing. Got a little emotional at the end of the last episode, but that's to be expected when we're dealing with such amazing characters that I love dearly. I'm kind of ready to do this, but at the same time, I'm kind of just holding my Wii remote in the air. Okay, let's do this again. Let's just do it. Rip the band-aid off. By the way, my name is Calvin, also known as Romer, and this is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword, and this is the Return to the Sky. We're in endgame territory. This game still surprises me. Especially with its music, coupled with its presentation. Its visual presentation, I should say. I personally don't remember this happening. But I think I've said that a million times throughout this whole playthrough. Oh no, I do remember this, of course, now I do. Skyward Sword always knows how to make everything feel epic. And important. Kind of ruining Granny's house though here, right? Like she has this big obstruction now. No space for activities.
Do not fear it. This is what we have waited for. At long last, the gate has been reactivated.
Groot's just standing as quick as he can, folding arms.
Standing before you is the path that transcends the flow of time. It is a portal to the past, to the very place Zelda now awaits. Go bravely, Link. If everything is as I suspect, the reunion with Zelda you fought so hard for lies beyond this gate.
Yes, we have fought for it. The reunion at hand may bring joy. It may bring fear. Nah, don't worry about me. I'm gonna hang back here, Link. That stupid monster doesn't know when to quit. And Granny here keeps yapping on about how we never know when it might burst free again. Someone's gotta stick around and guard the place. Might as well be me. Bruce? Out of every character, there's 3 characters that, like, without fail. I'll say 4 characters without fail can make me feel emotional. Zelda, Bruce, Midna, and Lineback. And Bruce is on the list, like, easily. Besides, if I'm not here, who's gonna look out for the old girl? And vice versa, I'd say, Bruce. And you know what? Nah, forget about it. Bruce, you didn't even have to say it. You mean everything that I see on your face. When you see Zelda, tell her I said what's up. Oh man. It's so good. This is Bruce's way of letting go, and Link knows it. Look at this. Look at what's happening. The music. Like, the way everything's presented. Like, just look at this. Please. This is one of those moments. Link just runs up this big giant cog entry. Oh wow, right into the thick of things. Impa! Impa, my girl!
Hey!
Hi! At last! I've been expecting you, Link. You are doubtless overwhelmed, so I will explain things as simply as I can, thank you. This is the Temple of Hylia. Though it will come to be known as the Sealed Temple sometime in the future, you stand in the past, ages before your own time. Here the goddess Hylia has only just sealed away demise. And little time has passed since the goddess sent out the outcropping of rock into the sky that would one day become Skyloft. It is true to its name. You've passed through the gate of time to an era in the distant past. You will have many questions, but for now, you must proceed back through the great doors behind you. It is there that the person you've risked life and blood to defend waits for you. I would play you a song, but there's only one girl in Skyloft that listens to my music. She really likes it. You should meet her someday. Let's do it. Fuck. Yes! You've come so far, Link. I'm glad you made it. I imagine Impa filled you in on everything. We travel very far from home to the distant past. In this era, the wounds inflicted on the land... The wounds inflicted on the land during the battle between the goddess and the demon king known as Demise have not yet healed. All the fairy tales about that war we heard growing up in Skyloft, incredible as it may seem, they appear to be all too real. I think it's time you learned the whole story. Let me try to explain. Fucking hell, dude. The old gods created a supreme power that gave anyone who possessed it the ability to shape reality and fulfill any desire. They called it the Triforce. In his thirst to make the world his own, Demise readied a massive army of monsters for war. He sought to take the Triforce for himself by force. How cool was it that Link was just looking at his hand, not knowing what was appearing on his hand, you know? The goddess feared for her people. She used her power to send both them and the Triforce into the sky on a slice of earth. She cut away from the land. This floating rock became the new home for our people. In time, it came to be known as Skyloft. After a long and fierce battle, the goddess Hylia succeeded in sealing away Demise. However, soon after the Demon King was imprisoned, it became clear that the seal would not hold long against his fearsome power. Hylia had suffered grave injuries in her battle with the Demon King. She knew that if he broke free again, there would be no stopping him. And if the Demon King were to free himself, it would mean the end of the world for all beings of this land. In order to put an end to the Demon King, Hylia devised two separate plans and set them both in motion. Yeah, Link. Yeah. Yeah. Right. First, she created Fi. She made the spirit that resides in your sword to serve a single purpose, to assist her chosen hero on his mission. Her second plan was to abandon her divine form and transfer her soul into the body of a mortal. She made this sacrifice, as you have likely guessed, so that the supreme power created by the gold gods could one day be used. For while the supreme power of the Triforce was created by the gods, all of its power can never be wielded by one. Knowing this power was her last stand, where am I getting this from? I'm writing this is a fanfiction for me. Last and only hope. The goddess gave up on her divine powers and her immortal form. You've probably figured it out by now, haven't you, Link? You are the chosen hero. And I, Zelda, I am the goddess reborn as a mortal. Look at this. I don't know why I'm getting so emotional, but it's happening, okay? I'm sorry. The day of the ceremony, Graham, tornado tossed me out of the sky and down to the world below. I was nearly captured by the demonic forces, but I was rescued at the last moment by the old woman who lives in the sealed grounds. I had no memory at all of my existence as Hylia, but she explained it to me. She helped me remember who I was and what I had to do. To me, this is Impa walking away knowing, like, you know, Link is worthy of Zelda's time now. I set out to pray at the goddess's statue located in each temple across the land. Each statue stirred up memories within me. After I visited them all, Impa and the agent of the goddess led me here to the past. All of this is part of the same great effort to prevent the revival of Demise. Stripped of his true power, his true physical form, by the seal that binds him, he takes the shape of an abomination. But even in his hideous state, he's more than capable of devouring this land if we allow him to do what he desires. We must stop him from freeing himself from the seal that imprisons him. At any cost. That is why I intend to remain here, this time and place, to sustain the seal as best as I can. As long as I continue this vigil, we may be able to prevent the Demon King from fully reviving himself in our own time. Yeah, Link knows what that means. I must maintain the seal that Hylia, rather that I created so long ago, and keep it strong for as long as I am able. With the memories of my former life returning to me, I can now see that this is my purpose. Yeah, Link, it's sad. Link, the goddess created Fi and the Great Blade. She's a part of for very specific reasons. For the task of standing against Demise in the monstrous form he now assumes rests slowly. It rests slowly on your shoulders. Do it slow. Back in our own time, you've already driven him back into his prison twice now. I can't thank you enough for that, Link. Link feels the weight of this, like, because this is like, Link obviously cares about, like, all the end of the world stuff and the world of darkness, you know, like, obviously cares about all that stuff. But, like, he's only thinking about the fact that, like, look at his face, like, the Zelda's staying here, not with him. During your long journey, you've grown so much. You learned wisdom from solving devious puzzles and traps. You gained power by honing and tempering both yourself and your sword. And by overcoming the trials set before you by the goddess, you found true courage. Now that those qualities reside in you, you are worthy of wielding the power of the old gods left behind for our kind. You can claim the Triforce. Fuck, dude. Valiant hero, you've endured many hardships and journeyed far in your quest to reach this place. Along your travels you have found wisdom, power, and courage, and for this I shall bless your sword with the goddess's power. May it give you and your sword the strength to drive back the abomination that threatens this land. The mark you see upon the back of your hand is proof that you are the hero of legend, and that within you dwells sacred power. It is the mark of the Triforce. Stand now, Link. Draw your sword. Best couple. The goddess has blessed your blade, and the Master Sword has last achieved its ultimate form. The sword is now imbued with the mythical power to drive back demons, and only Link may wield it. Link. Before I say another word, I feel like I owe you an apology. You see, the mark of the Triforce on your hand is a symbol of the greatest power in this world. If you can obtain the actual Triforce, we will have the power to vanquish Demise once and for all. The problem is, among the countless souls in this world, only a select few of those with an unbreakable spirit can wield its might. It's impossible to know the true reason why the old gods created the Triforce, but I have a theory of my own. The gods created the Triforce, yet they specifically designed it so that their own kind could never use its power. Somehow I think that may have been their way of giving hope to all mortal beings of this land. Which brings us back to you. To face demise and bring hope back to the land, the goddess Hylia needs someone with unbreakable spirit. That is you, Link. But spirit alone wasn't enough. You had to overcome many trials and awaken the hero within yourself so that you could wield that supreme power. And also, Hylia. And so I knew that if it meant saving Zelda, you would throw yourself headfirst into any danger without even a moment's doubt. I used you. Link, I can't begin to tell you how sorry I am for pulling you into all of this. But you have to understand, this is a war, and the fate of the land hangs in the balance. I need your strength to tip the scales in our favor. All that may be well-intentioned and true, but it doesn't mean it's right. And it doesn't excuse my actions. But I'm prepared to pay the price for what I've done. No. To ensure that the seal holds, I will remain here in this time, deep in sleep for thousands of years. Link, I can't say it enough. I'm so sorry for the way I had to involve you in this. But until my memory of things before our lifetime returned to me, I had no idea we were fated to carry such a heavy destiny. Before all this, I was happy just spending my days. Spending my days hanging around with you in Skyloft. I wanted that feeling to last forever. No, Link. Fuck, dude, don't. While it is true that I'm highly reborn, I'm still my father's daughter and your friend. I'm still your Zelda. When Demise is finally gone, there will be no more need for the seal that binds him. And then I'll be able to wake up. So I'm going to ask you a favor, sleepyhead. Ever since we were kids, I'd always be the one to wake you up when you slept in. But this time, when all of this is over, will you come and wake me up? I promise. No, Link, it's okay, dude. It's not okay. So sorry, guys. I really am. That hit different this time around for some reason. Hey, Impa. I see you've said goodbye. Now you must keep the promise that you made to her. You must find the Triforce. Return to your time. There's work to be done there. Do not fear for Zelda. I will watch over her here. Go now and fulfill your destiny. Wrong way. So you've returned. Then you know everything. On the other side of that gate, Zelda waits suspended in sleep without end. But do not despair, for she is still alive and well. Oh, don't play this song. No! Don't do this! True to the legend... Stop. The Triforce is the one thing with the power to vanquish demise. It is thought to have been hidden within Skyloft by the goddess. Sadly, that is all we know of where it rests. All of the clues to its whereabouts have been lost to the ages. Link, you have likely come to the same conclusion, but I will spell it out just the same. The key to finding the Triforce must be in Skyloft. Go now, Link. Find the Triforce. You right, Groose? Link, there's something I gotta tell you. So Zelda, how's she holding up? Was she okay when you saw her? It's terrible. It's gotta be so hard for that poor girl. But you're going to do something about this mess, right? Link, I've made up my mind and I'm not going back. I'm staying right here with Granny. Don't look so bummed out. Do I look sad? Nah. I'm doing what I want to do. I don't know how to explain it. I got this feeling in my belly that there's work to do here. Someone's gotta watch that big ugly monster and someone's gotta make sure Granny's doing alright. It ain't as action-packed as what you're doing, but maybe this is my destiny. Know what I mean? And this is what I was talking about, guys. The fact that Groose's whole life, well, the life that we've seen of him, has been working towards Zelda, right? He thinks he and Zelda had this future together. But not only that, but he's been working to get better than Link. Like always. And here he says it. It may not be as action-packed as what you're doing, but what I'm doing is just as important. I don't need to be just like you. I don't need to be better than you. I just need to do my own thing, for my own destiny. Know what I mean? Besides, it's not so bad here. Living up in the sky was okay, I guess. But don't you just love the way it smells down here? What? That's not weird to say. It's not at all. Check it out. Zelda and Granny have brought life back to the land here. I bet even the weakest sapling could grow into a beast of a tree and soil like this. It'd brighten the place up a little too. I mean, sure, it'd take a few years to grow, but as far as I'm concerned, I got nothing but time. It's weird to say out loud, but that's just how I feel right now. So yeah, you know, when you get back to Skyloft, do me a favor and let people know I'm doing okay down here. Calling and Stitch might get a little emotional since they look up to me. Would you tell them I'm happy, okay? You're the best, Groose. You're the best. Again, I know I get kind of like pretentious sometimes when I talk about this stuff. But that's a fucking metaphor for Groose too. The idea that like, a tree takes time to grow, but he's got none but time, yo. He's got none but time. I don't want to stop playing, but I feel like I need to compose myself, and we'll come back and have a good old time in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching this. Point your sword to the sky, chosen nerds.